Hi everybody. I don't know that I properly introduced myself in the segment that you're about to watch. So if I didn't, hi, I'm Renee, and I really appreciate you clicking on this video and being here. Thank you so much for subscribing. So enjoy this list of podcasters, and I cannot wait in the next episode in a couple weeks to update you on the projects that I showed in my last video. They are so much fun. Enjoy. Thanks for joining me again. I have to do something. I have to finish doing something before I start this video talking about some of my favorite knitting YouTubes. Tukey's ottoman, and I tried vacuuming it with a handheld vacuum, and that didn't work. But I thought I would share with you some of my favorite knitting podcasts. Some are newer, some have a few hundred subscribers, some have more than that. And I picked, let's see, I think 8 of them to talk about. And some of these knitting YouTubers I've mentioned before in past videos, but they were at the end of the video. And if you're new here, maybe you haven't seen one of those episodes where I just chat about that at the end of a video. So I thought I would just dedicate a video to it. I watch so many knitting podcasts, probably some of the more well-known podcasters that many of you watch. I mean, I could list many of them, who knows, but I'll just name a few of the quote-unquote popular knitting YouTube videos. Some of them are fairly new too. Breathing Yarn is one that a lot of people talk about. I've learned so much from the host of Breathing Yarn, who I can't remember right now, but I love her. Cinema Knits is a fairly new, maybe less than a year podcast, maybe going on a year. Maddie from, I don't recall the name, and it's such a simple name, By a Thread, I think it is. I adore Maddie. I've learned so much from her. So those are just a few of some maybe more well-known podcasters that I love. And here's the thing, I think I like a variety of podcasters, probably just like you do, right? Calming, more cinematic, like Cinema Knits. But I think the overall theme is that even without trying, I'm learning something from their experience. So in my last video, I mentioned Elizabeth at Good Yarn Bad Knits as one of those podcasts, and I have a few more. All right, no particular order. These are just 8 of 8 podcasts that I'm mentioning this time, and I'll make sure I come back and do another one of these videos in 6 months or something like that. And then I'll just show a little screenshot of their channel just to keep it simple. The channel that I just recently discovered is Ashley's Knitting Nook. Ashley, I think, at least lives in the Southwest. I could be wrong if I said New Mexico, but I'm not sure. It says, welcome to my corner of the internet where I share about knitting and spinning. I live in a cozy apartment near the Rocky Mountains with my boyfriend Angel and 2 dogs, Yaku and Chongo. I actually now don't know whether she lives in the US or Canada, but I loved her recent video on the finishing the Sabai top, spinning progress, and she is making or has made the Nordic Bloom vest. I'm not a spinner, but the way that she talks about the yarn that she has spun and the beautiful natural colors of that spun yarn that she uses so well, even if she's pairing it with a dyed yarn, I love her choices in rich saturated colors and her choices of projects. She loves color work. You'll see that in her videos. Love her ambitiousness and her energy. Another podcast that I don't think has been around for too long. I think 4 months ago, Alex started this channel, and this channel is called Alex in Stitches. And I think she's a PhD student in the UK. I saw the video of her working on the Olga sweater. Her color choices are just this like poppy red and that tutti frutti pure Ghent hooked me. The thumbnail hooked me, and then I started watching Alex, and I also love her variety in types of things that types of projects that she's working on, whether it's the stripes or cable texture. One of her videos is called Is My Cat Knitworthy? And the other is Olga sweater, staff and vest, and lots of raglan whips. So I never know what she's up to when I see another video. Bibi and Stephen from Just Another Knitting Podcast. They are in Christchurch, New Zealand, and I discovered them last year. I think it was during the summer that they started their channel, when they were going to do, gosh, what was it, a multi-month vacation starting, I think they actually started it in Scotland, in Shetland Island for Wool Week. So maybe that was, I'm not sure when Wool Week is, but they eventually were in Shetland Island for Wool Week. And then they went from there to Norway, or I'm not sure where in Europe they went after that. I know they ended up, funny enough, in the US at Rhinebeck at the New York Sheep and Wool Festival, which I attended for the first time last October. And even though I was watching their videos, I didn't realize that somehow I didn't realize they were going to be there. Otherwise, I would have reached out and met up with Bibi and Stephen. They both knit, and beautiful knitters. I love to hear their choice in what they're going to make, what kind of yarn they're making it out of, their color choices. Stephen in particular is very interested in color work, and he takes on these longer term projects. Bibi also just recently, a few months ago, finished this awesome color work Fair Isle, I think, sweater that is mind-blowing. Stephen is just working up to his epic sweater for this fall season, or this season, since it's summer for them now. Since it's winter for them now. But so check out the videos they're making now, and also go back to around the beginning to watch some of the videos of their travels, because then you'll see where they're traveling, especially in Shetland. The island of Shetland, where they attend Wool Week, is so cool. Consider them my friends, Bibi and Stephen, and I love to interact with them on their video, and also with Bibi on Instagram. Gina at KnitsInColor. I think she's in Texas. She's in somewhere pretty hot, but that has seasons. And I think she said in a recent comment, I could be crazy, but she might be a fairly new knitter. Like maybe a couple years, I'm not sure. But I love her themed episodes. So she just did one recently called Knit Picks Yarn Durability Review Part 1 and Part 2. Part 2 says, which yarns will I never use again, more faves, and the one that broke my heart. So she's a big user of Knit Picks yarn, and I often order and use Knit Picks yarn, so I loved that series. She knits stripes, more advanced things, cables, and then she does simple summer striped tees. So I love her variability, her aesthetic. She describes herself as a no edits, one take style knitting podcast from a voracious knitter obsessed with color and knitting for a curvy body type. So I learn a lot from her about bust darts and how if you have a larger bust line, as she says, as she talks about, that she doesn't want to knit for her bust circumference because then the rest of the sweater hangs down. So she does a lot of shaping, and I've learned a lot from her on sweater and top construction. Sarah from Lady Stairs Knits. She is from Edinburgh and living in Philadelphia. I think she was completing a master's in Philadelphia, and she spends most of her time there and goes home on a regular basis. She got me, I think, when I saw the thumbnail with the wave sweater. I think that's by Spectacle Strict. But then I was hooked. First of all, not just her ambitiousness, but her talent, her ability to take on big projects, whether it's for herself or, I think in the case of the wave sweater, it was for her dad, is so cool. She's got these long-term projects that she gives updates on, and when you see a new video, like, I just want to know what kind of progress was made. She spent so long making this colorful cabled jumper, which might be self-drafted. I don't know. I think she was calling it her Hanukkah jumper. She's recently been making absolutely beautiful Fair Isle tams. I think it's called the Buness hat. And so to watch her pick colors for these tams, she's been making several of them lately, is so much fun. She's been able to fix some knits that haven't gone quite right for her. So don't you love it when you see an experienced knitter not quite happy with something, or the fit didn't turn out right, and they go through the process of sweater surgery? It's the variety. You'll just have so much fun exploring her videos. All right, continuing on, a change of space for me. So the next YouTuber I want to mention is new to YouTube and one that I just recently discovered. Let's see. Yeah, I think it was 2 weeks ago. She posted her first video. Her name is Yewande Amatoso, and her channel is called Knitting the Blues. It's at Knit the Blues if you're looking for it on YouTube, but I'll have that listed below. She's done 3 episodes, and she's captivating as a person, and I so relate to her, some of the snafus that she's running into in some of her projects are so relatable to me, and I'm really liking the things that she's choosing. I can just really relate to the aesthetic, and she's just getting started. So I'll read her intro on the YouTube channel. I'm Yewande Amatoso, the author of 3 books. So she's a novelist, as she says in her first episode, mother of twins, and knitter of many glorious patterns. Here I'll be producing regular podcasts about my own knitting, but also sharing the stories embedded in me, the knitting community around me, and the histories of the fibers and colors we work with. I'm obsessed with indigo and determined to learn, so I'll document that too, and anything else that sparks my curiosity. So I'm really enjoying her episodes. I am glad she is here on Knitting YouTube. And the last channel, the 8th channel I wanted to mention here is Nadia Makes. Nadia is someone that is such a good knitter that she loves to create dupes of existing designer sweaters. She loves to play around and experiment. And most of the time she pulls it off. Sometimes she doesn't. She's got a beautiful white, fluffy dog. One of my favorite episodes is one that she did recently during the summer. Oh, she's in the UK, where she's outside. Her dog is with her there, but often her dog is also with her on the couch. It's so cool. One of my favorite videos other than that one is, and it got like 24,000 views. It's Everything I Knit in 2024, reviewing and styling a year of knitting. The way that she ran the video beside her talking about each knit, the way that she styled things, the way that she edited that, low key, but so effective. She did such a great job on that. It was a complete joy to watch. And then the one that, the video that she just made that I cannot wait to watch is a surprising number of FOs, a freaky girl sock cow, free pattern and book. And yeah, sorry, that wasn't just out. It was a month ago, but it looks like I started watching it, which is why I think it just came out. Yeah, oh, she's also making her own wedding dress. She's sewing it, so entertaining, and yet I've learned so much from her channel. So that's it. Those are the channels I wanted to mention and share with you. Hopefully, maybe there's a channel in there that you haven't heard of before, and you can now discover it for yourself. If you have a channel that you think maybe we haven't heard of, please leave it in the comments. So fun about these video roundups is that these channel roundups is that you can that we can all share with each other below. So please do that if you'd like. And I'll see you in a little while to update you on my project. Take good care. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you soon. See you in a couple weeks. Take good care. Bye.